what brought me to the point where I needed to do something, my mother experienced the same pain for years and finally took her own life from the chronic pain. And I was thinking very closely about doing the same thing.
I remember 2 days after you started your program, on a Sunday morning, I rolled over in bed and I had a message from Andee. And this is what I read. And if you can sort of put you just gave the background to it, but here is what I literally read. You, my friend, are the magic man. So much appreciation and many thanks for giving me back my life. A week ago tomorrow, I was contemplating ending everything. You have literally changed my life, and I've only finished lesson 1. That was 2 days into the course. I remember I posted that in the group and people were saying, how can we follow her story? And this is the follow-up to the story. But so your mom actually dealt with sciatica and chronic pain and took her own life because of it, and you felt like that was going to be your next step.
I felt like that was the only way out, that I had tried everything there was.
Well, I am so grateful that you gave us a shot. And that actually had me almost in tears, thinking your life was actually saved by doing 2 simple exercises, actually.
My symptoms, it was in the middle of it felt like an arrow in the middle of my right glute, my right butt, and all the way down on the outside of my leg into my toes.
Okay.
And I literally could not walk. I looked out the door one day at work, and I had to go out to my car to come home, and I had to have someone help me out the door. And that's when I sent my roommate for a cane, and she brought me back a cane, and I said, no, I can't do this. I'm not ready to retire. I'm too young at heart. There's so much I want to do.
Hey there, this is Dean with Sciatica Relief Now, and I have a current client, Andee Fitzgerald, with me, who has been nice enough to say she would love to be able to offer a video testimonial and give hope to those people who are in despair. So Andee, number 1, thanks for being here. Number 2, appreciate your willingness to come on video and tell your story. So if I can just have you explain to everybody where you've come from, what your symptoms were, a little bit about what you did about it, and we'll take it from there.
All right. About 8 years ago, I hurt my back in a gym accident and have been having problems since then. I've relocated to Florida because of the weather. We wanted the warm weather. We thought it would help. Probably since May, I've been experiencing sciatica. I was seeing a chiropractor. He told me to see a physical therapist. I wound up in more pain from a physical therapist than I had before. The chiropractor was doing nothing but adjustments.
Okay.
And everything hurt more. Even when he was adjusting, it was hurting. The physical therapist had me on a Pilates tower, strengthened my legs, which made my lower back hurt, and that's when the sciatica kicked in, and that was around May.
Okay.
I went to my medical doctor, and she told me that it was sciatica. There was really nothing that could be done. She put me on meloxicam and Xanax for anxiety, and told me that I would probably just have to learn to live with it. I would come home crying every day from work. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I was considering retiring from my job, which I love my job. I love the work that I do. And I was sitting at work one day and I thought, all right, I get on Facebook and join these groups. Maybe I can find someone suffering from what I'm suffering from. And your name popped up, and I believe I sent a message to you, and you sent a message back to me saying that I need to balance my imbalances. And I responded and said, exactly what does that mean? And you sent me a short video about your do-it-yourself program. I came home, and this is Florida. I have been scammed a couple of times. I got on the internet. I looked for bad reviews of you, of your program. I spent probably 4 hours just doing nothing but Googling your name and physical therapist. And I liked what I heard. I don't know if I talked to you. I think I did talk to you. We did a consultation. After I talked to you, I was dead set to try it because I had spent so much money and so much time and so much anger and anxiety and sadness that what was one more thing going to hurt?
Gotcha. And I did some research myself a little bit before this call. If I read correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you actually served in the Navy.
Yes, sir, for 12 years.
That was before it was a co-ed Navy, so to speak. You were an early female service woman. All this to say, you are not a wimp. You know how to deal with tough things, tough situations, and you're not somebody who just cowers when things get tough.
I have never been known to cower from anything. And that's what I was going to say is that I did 2 of the exercises. I did them each 4 times a day for 2 days and was gone. It was gone. The cane is in the back of my car and it's been there ever since.
That is amazing. You don't know how happy that makes me feel. For you, it was actually a life and death situation. It's like, hey, it just doesn't work. I know what I'm doing. And I'm just so thankful that you took the plunge, that you worked on it for 4 to 5 times a day. And within 2 days, you had significant relief. Since you started and since you sent that message to me, how have the symptoms fluctuated, or have they fluctuated? And what have you done about it when they have been aggravated again?
The symptoms have not fluctuated. Every single morning at 4:30 in the morning, I do a couple of the exercises to begin the day, even if I feel like I don't need it because I know I'm going to be on my feet for 9 hours at work. And I haven't had any symptoms until today. I came home, I did a couple of exercises, and they're gone.
So what would you say to others who are contemplating surgery, if they've been suffering with sciatica and have been to chiropractors, been to doctors, been to physical therapists, and nothing has worked? What would you tell them about thinking about getting help from us?
I would tell them that before they spent another penny on anything else and any other mainstream medicine, any kind of therapies, I would tell them to get online to SRN and look at your videos.
And just out of curiosity, did you have reservations before you started working with us?
Not at all.
You say that I've had people in their 90s and upper 80s who actually have taken the course and said, I never thought exercises could be so easy, and I never thought anything so easy could be as effective. So I hear you on that. Here is Andee, who went through PT, went through chiropractors, went through the medications, thought about actually taking her life because she couldn't function, and within 2 days started calling me the magic man, which I appreciate, but I'm not a magic man. I'm just trying to bring some commonsensical exercises, movement, and things into your life that make a big difference. And Andee is a testament. And I just want to say, Andee, thank you for being willing to come online. Thank you for being a faithful course follower and getting the results that not only that you desired and wanted. And I think the first time we spoke, you said, I've got to get out of this pain because in 6 weeks I'm heading to Las Vegas and I cannot do it if I'm in this pain. And I said, I think I can help you. And you said, well, you would be the first. And I'm so happy because what is Vegas, 3 weeks away now, 2 weeks away now?
Vegas is 2 weeks from tomorrow. And I did want to mention something else too. I have lipedema, a little bit of lipedema in my right leg. And so for people out there that have been, and this is another thing that my mainstream doctor has told me, was that you're never going to get rid of sciatica because you have the extra weight in that leg. If you have any other health problems like lipedema, lymphedema, it worked for me anyway. It worked for me anyway.
What kind of reservations or what did you do to try to convince yourself that this was something to try?
I didn't have to convince myself because I had tried everything else. It's the only thing that I had heard of that I had never tried. And the first thing I thought is, why not? Why not? Because the choice was live like that, die, or why not try it? Why not?
And just overall, what was different about working with me and sciatica relief now as compared to what the other providers did?
It's easy. It didn't make sense, which everything that did make sense didn't work. So this didn't make sense. So maybe it would work. You're always there. You're always there. You're compassionate. You're empathetic. You're there to help. You just are genuine. And your course is genuine. Your course is easy. It's easy. It's not like you get on the ground, do 55 push-ups and run around go do a mile outside. It's easy. There's nothing difficult about it.
Nothing very strenuous at all, is there?
No, sir.